even involved in it now.
Yep.
We got this. We're going to control the outcome.
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't sign that bullshit contract. I'm glad he didn't make the contract like that when I signed it. He didn't make it like that, like this other lawyer did for this accident lawyer. Oh my God! If I had signed that shit like the accident lawyer did, I would have been screwed, man.
Yeah. Yeah, if you'd have gave them total authority over your lawsuit, they would have settled the case and claimed they couldn't find you, and they would have pocketed all of that money, and you'd have never know how much they settled your case for.
Yeah, you never give attorney that much power, man.
No.
And a lot of people don't know because they think that lawyers are good, honest people, but shit, these motherfuckers will sell their mother, man, for a fucking buck.
That's true.
You hear me? I said they will sell their mother. They will sell their mother out, man, for a damn buck, man.
That's true.
Fuck, man, I think lawyers are the bottom of the barrel, in my opinion.
Yep. We call them bottom feeders.
You know, I'm like, man. But yeah, man, that sounds like that's what lawyers do. Now I come to realize that when you asking for something, you assert yourself to obtain information such as an itemized list. They don't want to give up the information because they're taking your money.
Yeah, they're basically stealing your money because an itemized list tells them to put down everything you spent that money on. And for them to do that, that means they have to tell the truth about how they spend your money, when basically, if you know a lawyer, he's trying to take your money and buy alligator shoes. He's trying to buy Gucci suits and things like that. He don't want nobody to know he spent $2,000 on a Gucci suit. So he's trying to hide that money. He don't want nobody to know about it.
Well, I'm glad Rose did that shit for me, man, and by giving me that subpoena and having that shit stamped off by the court, bro. That shit right there. You said, man, it was funny how you said it. That he was coughing up money. He was coughing up that money like it wasn't nothing, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. He said, no, I'm gonna keep the other 5,000 though because I did some work on that one. You know.
Yeah.
He was like, no, he ain't getting that one back.
Right.
Because he did put in some work for the initial part of it. So that's why I didn't say too much about it.
Yeah.
You know, I gave him two separate $5,000 checks.
Wow.
And they were cashier's checks. So you know that's straight cash. So he's the first 5,000. Of course, he pocketed and he did some work because he did do some work. He did do work.
Yeah. What was that lawyer name again?
Motherfucking Rodney Diggs. His first name is motherfucking Rodney Diggs. So he now has a new name. His name has been added. So he has
and see, that's the thing about people who are black trying to sue someone. They think if they get a black attorney that, I'm being represented and this guy ain't gonna sell me out. They're the first ones to sell your ass out.
That'd be the first ones, exactly. And his first name is motherfucking. Second name is fucker, and the third part of his first name is Drip Rodney. See, so motherfucking Rodney Diggs. That's what I call that motherfucker. Right?
Okay. He got his own law firm or what?
Yeah, he's part ownership with the old law firm, man. The law firm that he works for.
What's the name of that law firm?
Because one of them died. It used to be Ivy McNeil Wyatt. Ivy McNeil Wyatt. But the guy, McNeil, one of them motherfuckers died.
Mm-hmm.
One of them passed away.
Okay.
And it seemed like he had COPD. Probably was a smoker, you know. But anyway, because I saw him in the Wave paper. I used to see him in the Wave paper. He was sick, man. You know, whenever they had the little black functions and shit. Yeah. He would be carrying around an oxygen tank, and that's why he. So when he passed, Rodney Diggs and another motherfucker became part ownership. So now it's like four of them, 4 or 5 of them. It's like so it's still they still got the main 2 owners in there, the original guys, but then they added some more people, and Rodney Diggs is one of them. So Yeah, so he's doing well in terms of his, success in terms of money. But he's a motherfucking corrupt dude, man, to the core, to the max.
Wow.
Yeah, just Google Ivy McNeil Wyatt.
Yeah. Okay.
Their office is over there at Citibank. I know you the man don't care, but I used to go over there all the time. You go up there to his office. First they're gonna get your ID. They're gonna call up there to see what you got business for, and then they need a guard to give you access to the elevator.
Yeah, because these lawyers are stealing people money, and when people find out, they'll go after them lawyers, man. You steal somebody's money, and they find out you stealing their money. Shit, they liable to be waiting outside the office and knock your ass off like that dude did downtown to his lawyer.
Yeah.
So the lawyers know that they're corrupt. They know they're stealing people money. That's why they want security. That's why they need security.
But they got levels. They got levels there, man, to where you just can't walk up in there to his office. That's just not gonna happen. And I'm like, why they got this damn all this security like this for? To myself, I'm thinking, why they got all this damn security, man?
Being a lawyer is the only field you can rob someone in and don't have to use a gun.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. That's why they call attorneys. They're turning your money over to their account.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, so I was able to tell Rose to tell her client to get a subpoena and have it stamped by the court, so and submit it to the that attorney so he can request an itemized list. And she, like I said, she showed me the email when the attorney replied to his request, and I read the email, and it seemed like that attorney is pissed off and turned around threatened him, talking about what he say? Reporting me to the state bar is not going to go well for you. I'm like, wow.
I have a question. Is the attorney still on this case?
At this point, I think not, because it also says something in there about him getting off the case. So maybe he is still on the case as of right now, but it says something in there about him getting off the case. And just like your lawyer told you he was going to tell the judge that you threatened him, he said this lawyer's doing the same thing, trying to say he threatened him.
Okay, so basically the sound like the attorney they want to get off the case, and his client doesn't want to sign for his release.
Right. Because in the email, he told him that you can do fill out a form where we can do it ourselves and he can get off the case.
No, I would never do that. And then what's going to end up happening is that he's gonna go to the judge. He gonna file the attorney's gonna file a form so that the judge can release him off the case.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. If the client refuses to get off the case, then he's gonna take it to the judge, the court, and have the judge release him.
Right, like he did in your case.
It's like he did in my case, and then the attorney's gonna use, the threatening, he's gonna accuse the client of threatening them, and then to make it worse, to magnify the situation.
Yeah.
So that the judge can feel sorry for his bullshit ass.
Yeah.
For his punk ass, and then so he can get him off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll switch your words up. There's no question. They're gonna do that. They're gonna switch your words up.
Yeah.
And it can be overwhelming for the client, because now he's gonna be left out there by himself after he just got abandoned, right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
So now he's gonna feel like overwhelmed, like, oh, what the fuck to do?
Yeah.
And but I don't know, was there a summary judgment in the case where they were trying to do a summary judgment?
I didn't get into all that with her. I just she just wanted to talk about the part on the subpoena and the itemized list, and she remembered that you went through that, and she was just getting some information from me on how you handled that and things of that nature, so she can pass it on to her client.
I handled that shit the way she instructed me to handle it, and that motherfucker gave up the money. That's all I can say. It worked. It worked. Yeah, I did exactly how she told me to do it, and it worked.
Okay. So I'll shoot her an email letting her know that what was that you said that yeah, don't sign any paperwork allowing him to get off the case. Let him go to the judge and ask for permission.
Exactly. Do not sign no paperwork releasing his dumb ass. Do not do that, because what you'll be doing is he'll be screwing himself. You put that pressure on the judge to get his ass off.
Okay.
Gotcha. Don't make it easy for him. Mm-hmm. That's why he was mad at me, because I wouldn't go along with his bullshit program. See, that's why he was pissed, because he thought I was just a dumb person, I guess, and thought I was just going to just go along with.
Well, they always assume black people don't have any education, especially in law, because they don't teach this kind of stuff in high school where they should be trying to teach this stuff to educate people so they'll know how to defend themselves when in the real world. Instead, they want to teach you about some dead-ass presidents who isn't going to get you a job or help you in any type of way in your future. They want to teach you about fucking presidents who you're never going to use that information, so they dumb you down in these elementary schools. You know, they don't teach you what you need to know.
No. They have what's his name? This Asian guy. He's a guru, man. He makes millions of dollars and tell people how to do this and how to make money, this and that. But anyway, he was saying that
is that Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first saw him, and man, he talked about this Rich Dad Poor Dad. He kind of explained this shit, man. He really kind of broke it down and said how the government or whoever hijacked the educational system. They hijacked it, and so they instead of teaching people how to invest and do things that's going to advance their life, right, to propel them to another level. They teach them bullshit stuff that don't mean much of anything. Right. It don't mean anything. It's meaningless, right? So they don't teach you how to invest in high school, right? True. They don't teach you entrepreneurship. True. They don't teach you no shit like that, because they don't want you to learn that. They want to control 100% of the population. They want to control 90% of the wealth, right? Yes. That's the way they want it, and so they hijack the educational system to make you learn bullshit stuff that don't mean anything. That's not gonna get you anywhere. So, I was like, wow. I bought his book, Okay. But I didn't really read it. But I learned just enough just watching him on TV. I'm like, damn, that's good shit. Yeah, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I forgot his name, but Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff out there. How you like his information? Oh, it's very educational. It's like you said, it opens up a door and shines light through that you always felt, like you knew something was wrong, but you couldn't quite put your hand on it. And then when he tells you how this is done deliberately, the schools are designed to dumb you down so they can make money off of you. So I'm gonna I'm not gonna stop with this job. Just like. I'm on my job, so I got 12 more years to go or whatever before I get a full 30-year retirement. But what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna try to apply for other positions within the company, and I'm not gonna just hang around and say, "Oh, I hope you give me a supervisor job." Come on, man. These motherfuckers, they gonna pick who they want in the end, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to spin my wheels trying to get up to that level. Not to say I don't deserve it or they won't let me. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. All I got to do is focus on what I got to do. So I'm going to try to see what other positions I can get, because I do qualify for other positions. Right. I just haven't pursued it because, I'm doing other shit, Yeah. But we'll see, man. I have a pole climbing certificate. You know those linemen who climb those poles? Oh, we're at DWP. They still do that? Yeah, they still climb poles, man. Oh, okay. So I have a climber's pole certificate. I got that back in 2012, and I never used it.
What does that pay? The client pose. How much a year does that pay?
Boy, I tell you, you start off as electrical craft helper, but I was told that when I went down, I don't know what they pay. I think they pay less than what I make. They start off less, but then eventually you'll make more once you become a lineman, because that's when you get your journeyman license. You know, your journeyman.
Mm.
That's when you get your journeyman license after 5 years of working working under somebody. But anyway, but they make way over 150 easy.
Oh, okay, that's good money.
They can make way over what a manager makes. But I feel like I could do the work. Yeah, I'm 52, but I mean physically, I don't have too much pain on me. My knees kind of hurt, but one of them hurt just slightly. But you know, there's nothing major here.
Yeah. So tell me this: after taxes, what they pay every week?
I pay every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks. So what the checks look like every 2 weeks? It's like what $1,000 a week or $1,500 a week?
You mean for a lineman?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what they actually make, but you know, you start off as an electrical craft helper. You don't just go in and be a lineman. No. What I'm gonna do? They told me one of the employees when I went over there to Truesdale. Truesdale's is where the place where they do the training for pole climbing. You know, that they have all the classes for different type of electrical stuff that you do, underground electric, whatever. They got classes over there at Truesdale somewhere in some parts of LA. And
yeah, I think I seen one of the pole climbing events downtown when I was going on the train, and right before it gets into downtown, go around that corner before it goes underground. I think I seen them over there.
That's Trade Tech. That's Trade Tech lineman school.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So, yeah, that's not us. I know what you're saying, but yeah, that's Trade Tech. That's part of Trade Tech. I couldn't, you know, I already had my certificate before that school came about. I don't know, but anyway, they're part of Trade Tech system, and they only go in the mornings. So I went to the one over there in South LA, over there in Watts, over there on Central and Century. You know what Century and Century is?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the school I went to. But they stopped that school. They shut it down. They shut down the pole climbing school over there.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, that's the school I went to.
They didn't want them people coming out of Watts making that kind of money, huh?
I don't know, man. I don't know why they shut that school down, man.
Afraid one of them might buy a house in a white man neighborhood.
Yeah, that was good schools. But what I was told, because I went to Truesdale lineman place over there, and that's where I was inquiring about another position with the company, and I was talking to one of the guys over there. He was saying, I said, hey man, how do I go about trying to become a lineman? You know, because I do have my certificate, right? My lineman certificate. And he said, just come down here on Wednesdays or whatever, and talk to one of the pole climbers instructors. And he said they're gonna have you put on your belts and shit. They're gonna have you put on your gaps, you know, your spikes for your feet, and they're gonna have you climb the shit and see what you can do. And then if they like you, you know, then they'll go and see what they can do for you. So I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go down there and I'm gonna see what they can do for me. I said, look, you know, I have my certificate, man. I got it back in 2012, but I wasn't, you know, serious. I had a lot of stuff going, but you know, I wanna look into this pole climbing and see what can you do for me.
Right.
And I'm sure I'm gonna take a pay cut. Let's say they like me or whatever, you know, they like me or whatever.
Have you ever seen a paycheck over $3,000 take home?
Why are you asking me these questions about that?
Because I've never seen a paycheck myself, even as a truck driver. I have not seen a paycheck yet where I made, after taxes, $1,000. So okay. I'm trying to figure out, is there a job out there that really pays that kind of money?
They got a lot of jobs pay a lot of money, bro. Way more than $3,000 every 2 weeks.
Well, as my sister being a nurse, I've seen she brought home like $4,000 after taxes one time.
That's a lot of money. These are there's a website that you go to, man. I don't remember, but you can see how much money certain employees make. In fact, you can see how much all employees make, and it'll tell you some of these. You don't even have to be a manager to make $200,000, $250,000. They got guys making who's not even a manager. They got some supervisors making over damn near $200,000 with all the overtime they do.
So that turns out to a good ass paycheck in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So if I become a supervisor, again, they gonna pick who they want.
Yeah.
So they know you gonna make some money. So it's about the money thing too, as it is as that position of power, leadership. But man. But to answer your question, I don't know what the linemen make, but I know starting off as an electrical craft helper, it'll be less than what I'm making. Now that's gonna be the thing for me, because I would go into a different pay grade, and so I would have to ask myself, is this what you want to do, man?
Yeah. See, even when I went into truck driving, they told me, "Oh, you're gonna make this kind of money. You're gonna make all that money." And I look back on my career, man, and I probably never seen, even when I worked with Ralph's, I've never seen a check where I took home $1,000 deposit in my. It was always 7, 8. I mean, you may hit 9 something, but when I talk to other people who work with the company, it's just maybe they was paying them different. Because some of the guys, he was like, man, I see $1,000, sneeze at $1,000, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe they have African American at a certain pay or something, but that truck driving, man, is hard as fuck, and staying up and driving all those hours, they don't want to pay you shit.
The people who's always at the bottom, they always gonna get less pay and do more work.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
So in order to come up, you got to find a way to invent yourself, get education, and to work your way up the ladder, because the higher you get up the ladder, the more money you make, the less work you do.
And the more shit they're gonna throw at you to try to knock you off.
Well, you always got that like that, but once you pass probation, they can't hurt you like that.
Shit. Why you think you hear about these jobs and people going back up to work with the shotgun to clean the office out, man? Because some people don't want you to get on those levels, so they. I
can't worry about what the people do, man. I gotta focus on what I'm gonna do.
Look how Hornsby did you. That shit was personal that he did to you. But
of course, this shit blew up though. So now it's just about. Okay, how do you bounce back from that? You keep moving, and you have to be mentally strong. And unfortunately, they don't include my mental strength when it comes to these interviews, right? They're not looking at what you've been through.
Yeah.
They're looking at what can you produce, what can you offer. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's what I got to stay focused on. But look, man, you gotta find a way to reinvent yourself and do things that's going to put you in a better position. So that's what I gotta do.
Yeah. Hey, so let me go ahead and call Rose back, and before I forget the information you gave me, I'm gonna get back with her on that and tell her client what you told me, and before I forget.
Just have her call me.
Okay.